Oh, oh,
Preparing live stream.
yes,
Are we on?
yes.
We are.
I think so. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. We are live on Facebook and probably on YouTube at some point when I upload it. Hi, it's Paula Middleton, as known as Paula Fern as well, from Manchester in the UK. And we're coming to you live through our 11's Escapes page. We do a weekly live just to have a bit of a chat about what's going on in the world and what's happening with us. And I'm joined today by Mahmouda Hill.
Hello.
Oh, she's probably commenting underneath to say, please.
Well, I haven't found it yet.
If you are catching us right now, give us a hashtag live. If you catch us later on, give us a hashtag replay. And if you get value, please share this, because we're going to be talking about change, about progression in the world, and how scary it can be, but how worthwhile it is as well. And the reason that I thought of talking about this is literally a conversation with my sister earlier this morning. And my son plays football for his local football team. And the referee, who is a bit older than my son, he's got like so many thousands of followers on TikTok. And is there another streaming service called Stitch or something? I don't even know what it's called, but there's some other thing that basically Josh went on and saw this ref come up on his live feed. So he commented and said, "Oh, you refed my game today." And the guy who's got thousands and thousands of followers said, "Oh, well done, mate, you played really well." Blah, blah, blah. I started talking about the game. Now, he's got thousands of people tuning into him every single time he goes live, and my son's having a bit of a natter with him. And thinking about it, I mean, I know what TikTok is, and I've got a TikTok account. I don't use it all that often, but do check it out and follow me. Follow. And Mahmoud has got one as well, I know for sure. So follow us both. We use it for fun, but we use it for marketing as well. And we use it for whatever we want to use it for, to be honest. It is quite a fun platform. But this other thing that Josh was using, I've never heard of, and I don't know what it is. And I'm getting on a bit, me. So I never thought I would say I'm not up on technology, but I'm not. I'm kind of like getting on a bit. And my son, who's 14, he definitely knows more than I do about technology these days. And it's funny, isn't it, Moo? Because I'd say, like, at the end, like, my generation has kind of been brought up with computers of all different kinds. I remember the Amstrad and the Sinclair and all sorts of different things going through the ages. I'm showing my age now, but we thought we knew it because it was all new, and we knew the score with the internet and all this lot, and it moves on so rapidly, doesn't it, Moo? It goes so quick.
Kids do computer science at school. Computers didn't even exist when I was at school. It was something that came in while I was there, and it was like this huge, great big machine.
Yeah.
And the only way I could do it was at lunch breaks, because I didn't have that in my curriculum. So I used to go in and do extra lessons in lunch breaks and stuff. But yeah.
Well, we used to have the BBC. We had a BBC computer suite, and we had an Amstrad computer suite. That's how old I am.
Well, I'm older.
It's kind of like we were in the days when it was in the days. I never thought to speak like that.
Back in the day.
It doesn't seem that long ago, though, does it really? And that's how quick things move on. And I think it's worth, even if we don't know about or don't want to use a certain sort of platform when it comes to being online, it can be a little bit scary if you're venturing out into new things. I know that probably some of the watchers that I know that'll be tuning in today, they've got TikTok accounts that they've built over time, over a really short period of time. They've built into huge accounts where they've got thousands of people following them, and they're doing lives and they're doing all sorts of good stuff, and it's fantastic. But you would, if you think back before we had all of this, it would all be word of mouth, and it'd be making an email list was possibly one of the first things that you might have done, or even going around to your neighbours like Avon Lady and stuff like that. And but it happens so quick now. So we thought we were kind of in the knowing when it all came out. But in that time, span of our lifetime, now it's like a weekly change. There's things that change week on week.
I bet you Oscar knows more than we do.
I bet he does. 100%. I bet
how old is he? 3?
He's 3. Yeah, I bet he does. And the thing is, because it happens so quick, I think us older people can feel it's a bit out of our control. And I guess part of what I want to say today is, don't feel that way. Don't let it get you that way, because there's nothing that you can't learn at any age. There's nothing you can't learn. Now, there's people that I know that are part of some of the stuff that I do for charity work with motivational mindset movement. We actually want to share that kind of knowledge. So you might have an older person who's learning how to send an email, or they're even learning how to do a TikTok. We want to combine that with a younger person, maybe Josh's, Isabel's age, and they're learning about what it was like to have to sort of ration your food and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Combine, like, sort of sharing that kind of information. I think it's really valuable, because we can end up losing it all, and then it's the older generation that are feeling lost, and the younger generation that don't know the barn.
We use Facebook a lot, but the younger generation goes, Facebook, that's old.
I know.
Who uses Facebook these days? Only the older people. Like, okay.
Yeah.
My kids are always telling me that. I'm like, yeah, right, okay, whatever.
I like Facebook. I do like Facebook. I mean, sometimes it can get a bit much, but I'm very picky on what I like on my timeline as well. But I think this ties into what you mentioned just before this call, which was, I'm kind of saying, at any age you can start learning something new.
Yeah. Basically, you're never too old to learn. Right. So the reason I was saying this was because I had a text message this morning from a group I'm in, and it was about courses that are reduced. So like they're £10 a course that could have been thousands of pounds.
Wow.
So in my basket, I've got Arabic, I've got Learn Spanish, I've got social media marketing, and there was something else. Oh, British Sign Language. So I'm
brilliant,
like,
yeah.
all like £10, £12, and they should have been thousands. I'm like, yeah, I'll have that one, I'll have that one, I'll have that one.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, yeah, you are never too old.
You're never too old to learn something new.
Yeah, and it keeps your brain active.
Of course it does. So, but it's so natural for people to fall into the fear of learning something new. So as things change around us, psychologically, our brains tell us to, sometimes it's a fight or flight sort of thing. Our brains will say, oh my God, you don't know this. So you've got to either run away, or you've got to, start fighting for what it is that you want, or whatever it may be. Now, for me, and for anyone out there, I would suggest that you go with the fight rather than the flight. Don't run away from it. Just grab it and find people around you face that fear. Find people around you that can help you with whatever it is that you're feeling that fear about, and don't run away from it, because it can be accomplished. You can do anything that you want to do when you set your mind to it. I'm
gonna drop Shell in it right now. So he came and stayed with me a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to go to London on the Monday because my uncle was going back to Bangladesh that day, and I'm like, I really want to go see him. I haven't seen him because I was on holiday, whatever. And she's like, I don't want to go to London. So we went to sleep on Sunday. I didn't say anything. Got up on Monday. I got up and I went, right, come on then, let's go. And she was like, oh, we're going. I went, yeah, we're going. She didn't want to go. She was like, oh, really? She doesn't like London. It's too crowded. It's too busy. The fact of going on the train. And at the end of the day, she said, I had a really nice day. That was really again. So that's an example. You don't know until you actually try.
No. See, I love it that Shell's done that, because left, right, and centre, she faces her fears. She's sometimes, and she won't mind me saying this because she's very honest, but she is very quiet, although she's not quiet. But when you don't know her all that well, she's not one of those that wants to be the life and soul of the party. She's quite happy with her a lot, and she'll have a laugh and a joke when she feels comfortable with you. And she's definitely not quiet when she feels comfortable. putting that out there. But she's one of those people that every single time she will step out of that comfort zone and she will just go for it. Even when she says, no, I don't want to, she'll still go and do it. And that just, I've got so much respect for her. I love her to pieces. I think that's just amazing, an amazing way to be.
Yeah.
But it's like, I talked to some coaching clients recently that are kind of scared. And this is a running theme, if I'm being honest, at the moment. After all the shenanigans of lockdown and what have you, people are quite scared of big crowds. Yeah. So that kind of fear of, it's kind of, is it agoraphobia, or that's open spaces or closed in spaces or lots of crowds. And people are developing that phobia because they've been stuck in their home, and we've got a global pandemic going on, and people are feeling very, very scared as to, you know, to be in a place where there's a lot of other people. And what I'm doing with those clients, and what I would urge you guys to do, anyone watching that feels similar, is actually just to chat about it, because I think a lot of the fears, once they're talked through, they don't have as much power on you. So when you've got something that's building up in here, it kind of takes control over a lot of aspects of what you're trying to do. But if you're going to get it out and talk about it, it kind of gets smaller, and it reduces and it reduces. And then eventually it's like, well, what am I worried about? I've got the same thing with a family member who, we've got some tickets to go and see, like Disney on Ice at the Trafford Centre. It's like a Disney type thing. It's not the exact Disney on Ice, but we've got some wonderful tickets that I'm going to have to thank someone for, because they got a treat. I'm so excited about. But I've said about a family member coming with us, and they've said, well, it's not the actual thing. They want to go to the event, but they're scared and fearful of the number of people that are going to be there, because it's going to be quite crowded. Yeah. And this is how we're becoming, and this is what I help people, and what we do with travel and everything, helping with our emotional wellness, but building up confidence to go to these places and not missing out on life. Don't miss out on life because you've got this fear. Exactly. You know?
Yeah, so, and now Shell wants to go to Oxford Street, you know, actually proper shopping. So we did go in for a little bit, but we were on the way home, so we didn't see many of the shops. And the one we wanted to see was further down the other way to which way we were going, so we didn't go. But she was quite happy to go again on the train. So what I did was I said, we won't go from Bath on the train. We went to Slough, parked the car in Slough, and then got on a train from Slough. So it was sort of a part and part.
So do you see though, Moo, with what you did there though as well, there's obviously fears there and barriers there, but you've kind of solved that. You've solved part of that issue that was going on, mainly for not driving, because I know how hectic I would never drive in London. I'm not sure that I would ever want to, but mainly for not driving, but also going to a different destination, kind of just changing things up a little bit to make it easier for you both to get.
Well, I was trying to find a piece of paper and pen. I was going to say, from point A to B, you don't have to go in a straight line.
Exactly.
You go up and down, go round it. I was like looking at paper. No, there's no paper near me.
Right. But life is not up, and life is not a straight line. Life is all over the houses, and I'm back again. You know, it's with anything.
We might be at the bottom, we want to get to the top. We're not necessarily going to go like that. We're going to go up and down, and then we're going to go up again, then a bit down. That's the way life is.
Like with anything. And as long as you're looking for solutions rather than problems, you're going to be onto a winner, however it comes about. It might take 10 years, it might take 2, however long, whatever it is that you want in fate. As long as you're looking at the solutions to it rather than the problems, and you're already onto a winning track, in my opinion.
Gina's made a few comments. She said Shell is the bomb.com.
Yes.
She says don't miss out on life.
No, and too many people seem to be falling into that trap of missing out on life at the minute. And there's so many things now, the world's opening up, there's so many things going on all around us. Don't miss out on it. I mean, I'm going to start sharing more often about sort of breathing techniques as well, because and you know what it's like as well, having anxiety and things like that. breathing, mindfully breathing and breathing in certain ways and bringing, did you notice I brought my voice down a notch then?
Yeah.
And calmly talking to you, because doing those kind of things will bring your whole physical self down again and ground you a little. So you can get all excited. Excitement, on the other hand, can be referred to as feeling anxious. At some point today, sit down, think, when I feel excited, what do you feel? When you feel anxious, what do you feel? They are the same thing. It's how you interpret that feeling that's going to determine how you feel, if you get what I mean.
It's the butterflies in your stomach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both times you're getting the butterflies, whether you're nervous or you're excited, you're getting those butterflies.
Exactly. And you've got that knot in your stomach. You might be breathing a little more rapidly than you would normally. All those things are the same as in anxiety as they are in excitement. So it's an NLP, neuro-linguistic thing to do as well. Turn it around away from anxiety and turn it into excitement and be excited about what you're going to experience.
It's all about reframing, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes, it is. It's so good to do it though. And that's exactly what I do. I still get excited feelings. They are excitement feelings, and sometimes my brain will interpret them as anxiety feelings, and I have to work at this. I have to occasionally work at this and change them into, I'm feeling excited, I'm not feeling anxious, I'm feeling excited. It's like I went to that business event on Wednesday in Manchester, at the GMEX. It's not called the GMEX anymore, Manchester Central, and thankfully it wasn't massively busy. It was just right. It was spaced out. There was lots of kind of free space, and it was just a really nice, they set it up so nicely. But before I went, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been before. And I went with a couple of friends that I absolutely adore. And I never told them, but I was feeling slightly anxious when I was going. But I in my mind, I consciously turned it into, I'm feeling quite excited for the adventure I'm going to go on. I'm going to meet loads of new people. I'm going to be talking to businesses about implementing our travel club as an incentive to work for them. I mean, how exciting is that? And thankfully from that, because I turned things around, I approached the whole day in a different way. If I'd have gone in there feeling anxious, I would have been at the back of the room. I would have just been kind of trying not to interact with anyone because I was feeling anxious, It just changed the way the whole day went for me. And that can happen in any situation, any at all.
Gina said she always checks herself before she wrecks herself.
Yes, this is exactly right.
Going back to Shell, I went to a conference with her, and the first thing she said is, don't sit at the front. Guess what I did?
At the front.
Took her to the front and sat in the front. I don't like sitting in the back. I like to be front and forward.
I know you don't. You're amazing, Moo. I love it. No.
But we're never too old to learn something new. We've got the Forex as well. So that's something new we can learn. There's so much. It's just growth, self-improvement. It's just keeps you young, keeps you living.
Keeps you excited. It keeps you excited. And there's a lot of people that are changing the way that they're earning money now because of the changes that we've seen around the whole world. It's not a UK phenomenon where people are working at home more often. It's everywhere, all over the world. And it's something that was discussed at that event that I went to, because they did whole workshops on the fact and how productive people can be working from home or working from the office. And if businesses can save money when they're working from home, they're going to do that. And they found people are more productive in their own environment as well, which is fantastic. But on the back of that as well, it's a matter of just grabbing the bull by the horns and just kind of, you never, like, the way to earn now, you might look completely different than it did 20 years ago. Like you mentioned the Forex, we've got the Forex. You can learn a whole new trade. So we talk about trading as in trading different currencies, right? I'm not talking about that kind of trade right now. I'm talking about a working trade. You can learn a whole new way of earning an income when you do the trading with our Forex education platform. So people are more open to that, looking at those kind of things now as well, because they've had to become that way. And they're grabbing that change and just like, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. And we're getting success with it as well. So is Gina there?
Yes, Gina just said, hang on, it's disappearing. If you're not feeling this, if we're not feeding the soul, we're starving, no matter how much money you have. That's very true. If you're not feeding the soul, it all starts from within.
It really does. It really does. And I was thinking, I've been through a bit of a transformation over the past month or so with lots of different things that you've not seen because I've not put it out publicly, but my friends know things that have gone on for me. And I was going to put a post on Facebook and say, well, thank you to this person because you've helped me with this. Thank you to that person. Thank you to you, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what? I've done the work. Don't ever take that away from yourself when you're doing that internal or mental or whatever it is, that work. Yes, my dragonflies, Mahmood and Gina and Daryl and all of my dragonflies always help me with everything. They just keep me sane in a lot of ways, which I'm not sure. We'll just leave that there. And then I've got a beautiful woman, Anthea, who, she's just amazing. Then I've got Joe Ripley, and I honestly can reel off those people that have really, really helped me turn my life around, and I'll be forever grateful to them. But what they've done is they've given me the guidance that I might have needed. It's not that I couldn't do it myself, but everything starts from within you.
Yeah,
people can just give you the tools or the guidance or the kind of the roadway that you might want to go down to help you, but you do it yourself. So I'm going to say, well done, me.
Yeah, they are the catalyst that starts you going.
Exactly. And me, the journey you've been on and the heartbreak you've been through, well done to you as well, because you've done the things. I know that a lot of the time you contribute what's happened for you in the positive to our travel club and to the people that we've got in our community. I know that you do. But you know what? It's you, Moo, that's done it. It's you that's done that work, that internal work. So well done to us.
Yeah, we should be proud of ourselves.
We should be.
It's like Shell always says, I'm the reason she's more outgoing and everything. I'm like, no, it's always been there.
It's always been there
to hold your hand.
It's just that you've provided her with an environment that makes her feel comfortable. And like, I know me and Shell get on really, really well, and I've not seen her for so long. I do miss her because I've only met her, twice? Physically in person. I think I've only met her 2 or 3 times. And we're best buddy. I would class her as someone that I would go to with something that I wanted to chat to someone. She would be one of the people that I would go to because we are that close. And we've provided her with the environment to feel that way. So she's done it. Well done, Shell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done, Gina. Well done, everyone. If you're going through these kind of things, because it honestly opens your eyes up and nothing is ever the same again.
Yeah. It's all about self-improvement and learning about yourself as well as what's out there.
Of course it
is. Making changes it's a control thing for a lot of people as well. So, some things you can't control. If you can't control it, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Change the things.
Sometimes you got to let go. Yeah. Sometimes you got to let go of the fact that you can't let go. It sounds like such a contradiction, but you do. You've got to let go of the fact that you can't let go of certain things. You got to kind of just have that acceptance sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think that was all we wanted to talk about today, really. Moo. Have you got anything else to add? Or?
Gina's just said, love you guys. Love you back.
Love you too, Mama G. You're amazing. So I'm going to wrap it up there, but that was a lovely conversation and I hope it has inspired some of you out there. I'm going to share this everywhere because I think it's been really lovely to talk about this and I hope we've taken away some of the fears you might have had, or at least helped you think about whether or not it's worth having those fears.
Yeah. One step at a time.
And have a chat. Talk to us anytime. Right. Thank you, Moo. Thank you so much. And that's it from us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.